Okay, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about the crypto space as a whole, and then we're going to get into Holochain. And there was a recent tweet about intrinsic value, and I just thought that we take a quick look at the website that talks about RDA, and we're going to get into the RDA index crypto and what that's all about. So without further ado, let me go ahead and move forward here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. All right, let's look at this. All right, so we're here on CoinMarketCap. We see it trending. You guys know what happened with Terra Luna. I'm not going to get into all of that stuff right now. Bitcoin is around 29,500. We can see here, I haven't taken a look at this in a long time. Bitcoin is around 44.1%. Ethereum's at 19.4% as far as dominance is concerned. Our market cap is almost under 1 trillion. We're at 1.2 trillion. Yeah, under 1.2 trillion. So that is, I mean, I've been in the crypto space for a long time. So in my meetup over here in the Orlando area, we were discussing, you know, people were freaking out with the prices. And I said, hey, you know what? I got my 90% survival badge, so I'm good. And, you know, when you go through that 90% crash or that 90% correction, whatever you want to call it, it's one of those things to where, you know, you can pretty much handle it. You're a real true hodler or holder after that. You just really are. And whatever crypto you decide to hold, it has statistically, you will be rewarded for holding any crypto, you know, for 3 or 4 years. The space is extremely early. I mean, really, really early. So, but I'm going to get into the mindset, and we're going to dive into exactly what's going on here. So, look at that. Ethereum, all of the normal ones, BNB. I don't know why it says buy there. I know why. XRP, Cardano. You know, things have been pretty much the same. Remember I told you guys, you know, look at Shiba Inu is down there. Remember I told you guys a while back that, hey, you know what? If the market is getting to you, if the price swings are getting to you, go outside. Take a dip in the pool. If you don't have a pool, go to the nearest lake. Or I don't have a pool, so, you know, go to the nearest spring if you can. Go soak yourself in some hot water. Read a book. Educate yourself. Get your mind off of the crypto space. Because right now, to be honest with you guys, the crypto space is terrible. And I mean that in every which way possible. I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed in the crypto space. I'm disappointed in the people that's involved in the crypto space. I'm disappointed in the communities. We have so many people in the communities that are against each other. Their project is going to be better than someone else's project. I give you a great example. I talked about this before. We got some of those. I don't even know why that is. I remember when Internet Computer Protocol was like, what was it? When it first came out, it was like $200, $300, something like that. It's crazy. So, you know, looking at all of this stuff, everyone is at 38. That's interesting. But I just don't understand why people can't sit down and really have some hard conversations about what crypto is right now. And that's what I'm going to attempt to explain to you guys. The crypto space does not make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense because it's not doing what people say it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to be a more efficient way of doing things. We found out, or we're finding out, that that's not necessarily the case. It's creating decentralization. That is also not necessarily the case. We have so much money in the crypto space, and on both sides, people are just totally confused. We have people who are saying, we still have people who are saying, oh, it's used by criminals the most, and all of this crazy stuff. I mean, they're just reaching for straws. The people who are saying, oh, it's not environmentally friendly. There's a lot of things, and I'm not going to get into it, but there's a whole lot of things that's not environmental friendly. And things that we actually have solutions for, or problems that we have solutions for, to make our economy more green, right? To make our society and our communities more efficient by working with nature and not against nature. Now, I'm one of those people to where I believe that there's a balance. I believe that we can make a house and have a tree growing out in the middle of the house, and the house will be perfectly fine. Why? Because we understand exactly how to build homes and how to do things along with nature. I'm not saying we have to, live in huts and caves and different things like that. But I'm saying that with the technology and the knowledge that we have, we can be more educated and understand how to use our finances properly. So anyway, look at this neutrino. Looks like a couple of them. Chili's, the sports one, Gala, basic attention token, and NEM. Check out NEM. Interesting. Compound is going up a little bit. Holochain is going up a little bit. Holo, Cadena, Kava, Theta Fuel is going up a little bit. All right, so we all, this doesn't even really matter. All of this stuff don't really matter, because I'm gonna tell you something. We're just where we are in the crypto space is just a grain of sand, but it's not gonna really pick up traction until we find out how to use these products, these programs, this technology in the most efficient way possible. So let's go ahead, and I want to read to you guys an article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want to get you guys in a certain mindset. I want to attempt to help you guys get out of a certain mindset, right? So here, this is I just pulled up some article, money control, whatever. Cryptocurrency prices today, May 14th, breather from sell-off. Bitcoin and Ether go green. Bitcoin has dropped about 37% year to date. Other cryptos have fared just as poorly. Top cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum advanced slightly on May 14th as the market recovered from previous losses. As the market, this here's something that you guys have to understand. This is, oh my God. Oh no, I messed it up. Let me go back up. This is a market, okay? And so it's not a very, just like the stock market. People are comparing the crypto market and the stock market, and it has been flowing right along. So, right? And it just doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to tell you why it doesn't make any sense. We've been getting news that people have been buying up millions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of these other places. And the market cap is still low. And yeah, we can get into the whole, there's a lot of people who explain how over-the-counter trading works and how it doesn't increase the price and everything else in between. This is all a game. What they're telling you, when people talk about over-the-counter doing X, Y, and Z, this is all a game. And you are part of the game. And so when you buy cryptocurrencies right now, most of them right now, you are purchasing something in hopes that it will gain value in the future. Now, that could be monetarily. It could be from a technical technology standpoint. It can be from, and even a theological standpoint. Well, I won't get into that because it's a whole nother thing. And I wish I had a whole lot of, I wish people would just, if people could just listen to my videos. But even if I make a great video and make it for an hour, even the top guys on YouTubers who talk for hours, and believe you me, I listen to them. And I just think it's amazing how people cannot just pay attention to what's happening. You don't have to listen to me, but at least take the time to understand what the hell is going on. If you don't like my videos, find somebody else who do make similar videos and better videos and listen to them. You guys got to have more of a attention span than 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And I don't want to hear a damn thing about how you don't have time. I don't want to hear about that. Okay? Those are just excuses. And so when people watch my videos and they hear what I have to say, and I know I stumble through my words sometimes. I stumble with my words through people in regular everyday life. And they're like, man, could you just spit it out? You know? Hey. Oh, I bumped the camera down. But the reality of it is that you guys going to have to start reading. Now, some of you, I understand you watch all of my videos and sometimes I'm just rambling on. And I understand that. I understand when I just ramble on and you don't want to hear about all of my rambling or my gripes or complaints. Human being, I'm a human being. I get that. But let me tell you guys something. You need to understand how important what is going on in our world today is. How important it is. Excuse me. All right? Okay, so I said all of that by saying market, and I apologize. But so the global crypto market cap now stands at 1.2 trillion at 2.2% increase over the previous day. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is, which makes 98.31% decrease. The total volume in DeFi currently is, look at all these numbers, people. I want you guys to understand something. We're seeing all of these numbers, and people can't apply numbers to their everyday lives, but they can apply numbers, right, to hope and what we want to happen, and where it is now, and statistics and all of this stuff. Bitcoin's price is currently at 29,600. Blah blah blah. Ether is currently, the price of Bitcoin dropped. Bitcoin has dropped by 37% for the year to date. Other blah 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 blah. Global market regulators are likely to launch a joint body within the next year to better coordinate cryptocurrency rules, a senior watchdog official said. So, listen to this. I want you guys to read this sentence. Global market regulators are likely to launch a joint body within the next year. Do you guys see blockchain, Bitcoin? Blockchain has been out for over 10 years. Now, I don't know about you, but I do understand that if these projects were doing what they needed to do and was efficient and help, see, basically it has to help people make more money. Period. End of story. The rich is going to get richer, and the problem is that the rich are getting richer, but also the people who come in first, right? So the people who jumped in the market and they have all of this, they were in the 2000, they've been in the crypto market since 2016, let's say. And then they held out and they had 18 Bitcoin. And they bought Shiba Inu the moment that it came out. All of these people, when you jump in first, you make a whole lot of money. And this type of greater fool theory is what's happening right now. It is what it is. I don't want people arguing with me about this. This is what it is. Face the truth. And many of you guys and many people are like, well, it can better help the economy, and it can do this and help poor people and be able to have their own money and be able to sustain different things. Yeah, that may be true. But the one thing that we haven't realized yet is that we have not been able, no matter how great the technology is, we have not been able to control greed. We have not been able to sustain or have something to where normal everyday people can use, invest, and do things more efficiently together to help them increase their financial situation. I don't know about you guys, but it's been about 10 years, and you trying to tell me within the next year they're going to coordinate some rules and to launch a body within the next year? Are you kidding me? Do you guys understand how much of an idiot these people think we are? No, seriously. How much of a dumb... I'm watching my language. How dumb they think we as normal human beings are. Which a lot of us are. I'm just going to throw it out there. And I know many of you might be offended. I'm counting myself into that as well. Because for so long, I fell into that trap of believing in, oh, well, you know, these people are good, or this body of people are great, and they're going to help me out. Everything is about money. Period. End of story. They don't care about you. They care about their initiative. They care about their own cause. They have their own purpose. They have their own agenda. Okay? They don't care about you. And that's the problem with many things, especially with technology. So when technology comes out, they don't care about whether, oh, is it going to hurt that person? Is it going to make people dumber if they use this? They don't care about any of that stuff. Are we destroying the leaves, the trees, or whatever? Are we destroying the earth? They don't care about any of that stuff. At least in the past, they haven't from a greater point of view. And so, in order to better control people, right? They do things in an extremely slow pace and create fear. Now, I do believe that cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, blockchain, I do believe that there's a market sort of for that, and I do believe that there is a fundamental utility for each of those. For example, Bitcoin being a store of value. There's a lot of reasons, and I've already said this in my video. I'm not going to go for an hour and repeat about what I said about Bitcoin. We can look at this and we say these are the prices of the largest cryptocurrencies. All right, now we're going to go through this, and I want you guys to tell me its utility. I just want you to think it in your head. Bitcoin, what's the utility? Ethereum, what's the utility? Tether, what's the utility? Cardano, what's the utility? Binance Coin, what's its utility? XRP, and I can go on and on. Polkadot, Dogecoin, what's its utility? What are you getting from these? As human beings, what are you getting from these items? From these programs, from this software? What are you getting? And for some of you, you say, well, I get financial freedom if I hold on it for a number of years, and that may be true, but at what cost? So we really need to think about what's going to last for a long period of time. All right, so released a tweet talking about their topic of the RDA. And I've been checking this out. I think I might even went over on this on one of my videos last year. So let's just check this out. So what is the RDA index? 200, it says motivation. 250 million people and thousands of institutions want to know the intrinsic value of crypto assets beyond the speculative, that's what it is right now, exaggeration and hype. The Financial Conduct Authority has advised consumers to be cautious when buying crypto assets and should ensure they understand and can bear the risk involved with crypto assets that have no intrinsic value. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have the risk involved with crypto assets that does have intrinsic value. By intrinsic value, the FCA refers to the intrinsic nature of the crypto asset and not to the mechanism by which it was acquired. RDA index was developed to assess the intrinsic nature of crypto assets. The point system of RDA index helps crypto users, investors, and analysts to quantify the intrinsic value of crypto assets and to better manage the risks involved in dealing with the assets. Traditional assets versus crypto assets. Before we conduct our business with people who do not know us personally, traditionally, there have been a need for a central authority to guarantee a value of the currency we use in our financial transactions. This is absolutely true. There has to be, it doesn't, let's see here. Traditionally, there has been a need for a central authority to guarantee. Why does it say traditionally? Historically. Which is the same as traditionally, but I like historically better. There has been a need for a central authority. Why? For control. To guarantee the value of the currency we use in financial transactions. So basically it's saying, hey, you are in this country, if you have this, it's worth this. If you want to trade this, it is worth this. If I can't go to Europe and say, give me 100 euros. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to give you a penny. I can't do that. Why? Because apparently I've been told that a penny is not worth the same value as 100 euros. So there's values there. The 2008 financial crisis was a clear example of how these inefficiencies can damage the health of the monetary system, with the cost of rescuing the system totaling some 500 billion, probably 850 billion alone in the UK. The government also invested in some banks to keep them alive, with the investment sold back to the market and an overall profit to the taxpayer. I'm going to tell you guys something. And this is worldwide. I don't care what government you're in. And I know governments don't. I'm going to tell you guys something. Governments are not afraid of people like me. Governments are afraid of 1 million people like me. They're afraid of 200 million people like me. They're afraid of the 200 million. Yeah, 200 million. They're even more afraid of 15 people exactly like me. Now, why is that? It's because right now I'm just talking to you guys and I'm talking about this stuff. I'm not rich. Nobody's going to pay attention to me. I'm not famous. Nobody's going to pay attention to me. But let me tell you guys something. As we move forward in this world, I want everyone to understand, if you want to make a change, if you want to change how the system works, you start from scratch. And the only thing that we've in history have known to start from scratch is by destroying something or taking over something. The one thing we haven't done yet is create something, right? So, but you have to create a belief. You have to get people to believe. And when you get people to believe, you have to have common sense. So whenever someone's coming to you with problems or these, whatever problems that are happening in the world, they're coming to you and asking you, hey, what do you think about this? And it's only when you are able to think in a clear manner of everything, including cryptocurrency, and say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's get down to the bare bones of what's really happening. And I mean the bare bones of what's really happening. Not from a money standpoint, just because people made $1 million or $1 million or billions of dollars in Shiba Inu. But what's really happening? What is going on up under the covers? All right. And yes, the 2008 financial crisis. In 2008, I was working hard. I worked 2 jobs and I couldn't support my family. I ended up joining the military because of the 2008 financial crisis. Bitcoin, the first crypto asset, was invented in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, as the crisis was a clear incentive for its creation. Fast forward to 2021, over 800 pounds had migrated from traditional markets, 800 billion pounds, had migrated from traditional markets into crypto assets. All right, and I'm going to have you guys, you know what? I'm not going to read this whole entire thing. But I do want to get into this. Crypto enables peer-to-peer transactions. So just basically talking about what crypto is. The network is decentralized. It's supposed to be. Decentralization of crypto asset networks. The network is often referred to as blockchain. Now, all of us who follow my channel understand that there's more out there than just blockchain. There's Holochain, and there's a couple of other DLTs, or distributed ledger technologies, that are out there. Most of today's blockchain payment transactions run without a person, company, bank, or government to mediate the control of the settlement. Participating computers in a network are owned by a community of individuals or institutions who are rewarded for the cryptos. And notice this, a community of individuals or institutions. So right now, most of, like if we look at what's happening with Bitcoin, as the halvings continue to happen, we understand that the miners are the ones that that are in control, right? And there are less and less normal people becoming miners, and more of these big institutions becoming miners. All right, there are 2 types of blockchain networks: permissions and permissionless. Permission network is restricted by a policy to a specific group of participants, while permissionless networks, such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc., are open to anyone with access to the internet, thus making them borderless and inclusive. Due to the advanced coding involved in storing and transmitting crypto assets, they are generally considered to be safe and secure as long as they reside on a blockchain. And so right now, we see that, now I know many of you guys are like, man, blockchain is the best. Blockchain has been out for 10 years. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember when CDs came out, it didn't take 10 years for people to get that. When now I understand that we're talking about a financial asset, and it's a little bit different because things just don't come about every night. But let me tell you guys something: when people find out that they can use things very, very simply and easily, and it makes sense, and that they're not just going to make somebody else richer, they're going to jump in, and they're going to use X, Y, and Z. So until we have a situation to where either the internet goes out, or people, the banks refuse to give people their money, we're not going to, people are not going to see the value of cryptocurrency. All right, so let's take a look at this. Most of our crypto hold similar promises to peer-to-peer decentralization, financial in principle. They have the same fundamental attributes. They differ in practical terms as they fulfill their ambition to deliver a libertarian financial system to investors and users. Before we explore this approach, we clarify a few assumptions. Intrinsic value can be measured on any scale. RDA index measures intrinsic value on a scale of 0 to N, where 0 indicates no intrinsic value and N is the highest intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is not synonymous to price, although price may be derived from intrinsic value based on an appropriate conversion model. The intrinsic value of any crypto asset can be determined based on its underlying qualities. We refer to these qualities as real digital assets, attributes. Hence, we define attributes as the core drivers of the intrinsic values of crypto assets. So we see here technology and efficiency, interoperability, scalability, decentralization, team, community, liquidity. Over here, eco, use case, token velocity, asset backing, technology, efficiency, ecosystem stability, and digital utility. Okay. All right. So we kind of got an idea what the RDA points are. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's close some of these out here. Uh-oh. Ew. Let's go ahead and get back to this. Might have. Okay. Okay. Here we are. All right. So we're gonna flip back and forth. Okay, just a little bit, and we're gonna go to the ranking here. Now, I look at this, and I don't know why it has it like blurred out. Like, people know exactly what this is. I don't understand. Like, we can definitely read what this is, right? So I don't know why a couple of areas is clear. But it says RDA 10 is guided by a belief that sustainable returns on crypto investors are driven by intrinsic value. Sustainable returns on crypto, right? The index construction leverages RDA ranking, rating, and price data sets to establish an investable portfolio of top assets by intrinsic value and low systemic risk. Excuse me. So we're gonna go here to our ranking, and it says top 5 assets by intrinsic value, right? So Ethereum is up here. HOT is up here. Pax Gold is up here. Cardano is up here. And Tether. Those are the top 5. Now, you might want to ask yourself, why in the world are these the top 5? When I was... where is it? Here we are. Ethereum kind of okay, and this is the asset reason by investability, which means that you are going to have a better return, right? It's a great investment, and we can clearly see Ethereum, Holochain, or hot token, Cardano, Bitcoin, and Stellar. Now, I find it very odd that HOT is there, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Because it says ecosystem, utility, technology, and sentiments. If we go back to right here, where it says, if we look at HOT, interoperability, because it's run on Holochain, okay, great. Scalability, great. Decentralization, great. For some of you guys who don't know about Holochain, just go online, look it up, do your own research. Paul Dowse makes a great video introducing Holochain. Team, so the ecosystem and stability, what do they have for that? I don't think it's here. It's just oh yeah, here it is. Ecosystem. It's a little bit lower than Ethereum, and I'm gonna say it's probably because they are not as visible. The community is not as visible as those in Ethereum. There are a lot of projects work on Ethereum right now. I have a little joke within myself, which is going to come first, Ethereum 2.0 or Holochain beta. So if you guys want to answer that question, Put your let me hear it in the comments below. I think that'd be a great conversation. So use case, right? Well, it hasn't really started yet, but the use case is tremendous value because it's actually backed by something, cloud hosting, that we use constantly, right? We use every day. And this is by Milton Friedman. By the way, I want to read this because in my economics class, in my macroeconomics class, I happened to pull Milton Friedman's card, and we had to do a PowerPoint slide on him. But he says, I think the internet is going to be one of the major forces for reducing the role of government. The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash, a method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without knowing knowing B, or B knowing A. Milton Friedman, 1991. Well, that sounds just like Holochain, right? Things run on Holochain, like, hey, you can exchange value from one point to another and not know who that person or individual is. And if we look at it from, and that's a great segue, because when you do that, right now, for some of these other ones, well, Ethereum, man, it's getting quite of a, they're trying to move over to staking. So there's still a proof of work. You have Cardano down here. I don't even know what they're doing. They're doing a whole lot, especially over in Africa, which is cool. But they're on a blockchain. They have different, like, areas that they're involved with. It's very weird. We have Bitcoin. Y'all know about the especially the gas fees for Ethereum and Bitcoin. And interesting enough, instead of XRP, we have Stellar here. Now, I don't know exactly why Stellar would be here, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. This is their equations of what they're doing. But Holochain, I should say, because people have to understand. First off, a lot of people have to understand what in the world Holochain, Holo Fuel. They have to understand all of these things. I think what the Holochain organization, or Holo organization, needs to do, is they need to make a video and make a flow chart of exactly how it's supposed to work. And I think that'd be a great thing. And I think that I actually build a better community as well, because then you have more people who are not confused about what's going on. They understand exactly how it's supposed to work. We look down here. Digital utility is great. It's a micro payment system. So it's a reliable e-cash. People, it's coming. And so I can understand why they will have this Holochain or HOT at the top. They have the HOT token at the top. And they don't even, like, could you imagine what when Holo Fuel comes out? Because it'll be a digital asset. It won't necessarily be Anyway, I'm not gonna dive into all that. Let's go to the next one here. Pricing. I guess it's telling you what the exchange rates are. Yeah. So, you guys go ahead and take a look at this on your own time. Kind of understand what is this 2, and look at this. Look at how it's gone down. And do you guys know why it's gone down a bit? It's because it's not out yet. We have Ethereum that is out, and look at how stable it is, and that's because it's out, but it hasn't been improving. The market cap is still under $2 trillion, and Ethereum has been up for a long period of time. And my thinking, and this is just me how I process things. Again, when game systems came out, when the PlayStation 4 came out to the PlayStation 3, it didn't take people long to switch over. I'm trying to think of a brand new technology that came out, and people, it didn't take long. CDs, I think DVDs. There we go. So from VCR to having a cassette player, a VCR to having a DVD player, I promise you it didn't take 10 years. Why is that? Now, I understand that there's a lot of things happening in the background. I promise you, people, this is a very, very deep thing that's happening right now. The world is changing. And I don't want to get too political. And when I say political, I mean in every sense of the word, from a global scale, not from this small scale. From there, from this quote here, this leads me to believe, and I agree with him, that a lot of people thought that the internet was going to be a way to make a one world government. In all actuality, technology, and I'm not saying this internet that we have now, but if Holochain comes out and it works excellent and great and well with Holo and the Holo ports, and the sky's the limit. And what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of communities being built to create a more sustainable society. And so people who don't agree, the fact that Holochain is being built exactly how they want it to be, how they want the world to be built, right? Have people in their communities and doing their things, and everybody can agree on certain things, whereas there's a couple of bad actors, and hey, you know what? If you don't like it, then this is how we do things here. Now, there's a lot of philosophical things and a lot of we can get into some morals and ethics, and I'm not going to really get into that, but we can definitely get into the efficiency of a government. How efficient? What is their justice system? Our justice system works like this. And then as things improve, more and more people are going to want to do those things, which builds a stronger community. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. But I just wanted to throw that out to you guys. I just wanted to come before I get way off topic, because I usually do. I wanted to just explain to you guys what I've been reading, what's been on my mind, especially when it comes to Holochain and this digital asset index, or RDA. You guys can take a look at this on your own time. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. As I always say, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, friends, please, 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 the world is getting crazy out there. Stay safe. Bye, you guys.